When you think about the conditions that led to the Housing Authority Act, it starts with the Great Depression. Stock market crash, the banking systems that we have today simply weren't in place. With that financial crisis, it led to a lot of individuals that simply couldn't afford housing.
The history of housing in Baton Rouge is pretty phenomenal. We all know what some of the horrible things that came out of the Depression. And so the United States government under FDR, which was president at that time, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, came up with the New Deal. They started the United States Housing Authority, which is the predecessor to what we know now as the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development. They passed the Housing Act in 1937, which really allowed the state and local governments to create local housing authorities to carry out the mission. And we created the East Baton Rouge Parish Housing Authority. One day I was looking through some old files and I opened up the cabinet and there's this book that has this leathered patina. And I open it up and it's the original minutes and records of the original housing authority when it was established back in 1940.
You know, for cities like Baton Rouge, housing is extremely important. I guess I could say I'm a result of the Housing Act. You know, it did give me, as a kid, somewhere safe to go to. It gave me a community.
Kelly Terrence is in Scotlandville. Me growing up in Kelly Terrence, it really established with his family. One cousin that stay on one end, your aunties stay on the other end, and we just all come together.
This is a special sentimental value, but the intentionality of the role that it played in the development of Baton Rouge, in this defense of this country in 1941 to provide housing for those workers that would be assisting in the war effort in World War II. It's always reminiscent when I come to Montesano.
What that meant for the Baton Rouge community was that military families can now have safe and affordable housing. Electricity and plumbing and all these amenities that they've never had before.
Again, we're talking about education, access, intergenerational connections. In 2019, HUD saw our vision of resiliency, innovation, and placemaking, and they awarded us a $30 million Choice Neighborhoods Implementation Grant. It not only focuses on Ardenwood Village as the epicenter of redevelopment, but it also ripples out into the other surrounding community. Smiley Heights, East Fairfields, Melrose East. YWCA will be directly across from our senior deal, and we're proud that we have been able to deliver on this success.
I teach at the school that's across the street, Scotlandville High, and I teach computer science, digital media, and photography. And I did show my students where I used to stay as well. We can come from this community, but we can always make changes, right? Community is changing. It is changing for the better and not the worse.
With every word that's spoken, it'll be spoken in positivity with our families. Whether it's being on Imagination, where we are now, whether it's being on Scholars Avenue or Discovery Avenue. It doesn't matter where you're from, what side of the tracks you're on. What you're looking for is an opportunity, a place to enjoy the quality of life in which we all are entitled to.